The Orioles and Tigers have been linked for quite some time regarding a blockbuster trade of Tarik Skubal, and these reports are really starting to heat up as of late because the Tigers just sent some scouts to watch Jackson Holliday play. So what does that mean? We'll break it down and much more on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. What's up, everybody? Welcome into 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis. Today we're going to be talking about Tarik Skubal, the Cy Young frontrunner for the American League, and his availability at the trade deadline. Now, a lot of insiders are predicting that the Tigers are going to hold on to him, and he's a huge building block of the future, and I agree with that. I think he should stay in Detroit, and he's a part of that solution. You're not going to get anybody back in a trade that is better than Tarik Skubal right now, so it would make sense for them to try to keep him past these next two seasons and try to build their whole roster around him, because why would you not? He's one of the premier arms in the game, and you could even make a case that he's the best arm in the game right now, the way that he's been pitching, and just a fantastic talent. He's going to cost a lot wherever he goes, if he goes anywhere. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It means the world to me, and shout out to Baseball Town as well for being a huge supporter of the channel. And give us your thoughts on a trade package that you think it would take to take Tarik Skubal over to Baltimore, and what would it take for Baltimore to have that happen? So give me your thoughts there. But I came across this report today, and it was from John Morosi, a very notable reporter, and he said this on Tarik Skubal: consider the following. I'm told the Tigers have had a scout watching the Orioles AAA Norfolk affiliate in recent days. Jackson Holliday, Kobe Mayo, Connor Norby, and Kyle Stowers are on the Norfolk roster. Now, if Tarik Skubal is even remotely close to going anywhere, I think that conversations need to begin with Jackson Holliday. And this tweet that I saw here definitely agrees with that. Now, I don't know if this is a Tiger fan account. I don't know if they're being a little bit biased in their assessment here, but I'm really high on Tarik Skubal. I think he's the best pitcher in the game right now. And he's a lefty. He has a year and a half left of control. Like, this is someone that you have to pay a premium for in order to get on your roster. So the mock trade that he came up with here, and this is Biggest Bash 23. Never heard of him, but I definitely like this proposal here. It's Tigers receive Jackson Holliday, number 1 prospect in Major League Baseball; Kobe Mayo, number 15 prospect in baseball; Cade Povich, number 8 prospect in the Orioles system; and Kyle Stowers. That might be a little bit rich for the Orioles to pay, but they have a legitimate chance to win a World Series this year with Tarik Skubal and Corbin Burnes at the top of their rotation. So yeah, the trade package, it's definitely steep, but it makes sense to me. And if you don't think so, I mean, let's just take a look at his stats for the season. He's got a 4.6 wins above replacement. He's a 10-3 record on the Tigers, mind you. So he's really going out there and winning all the time. And he's got 2.41 ERA. He's not missing any starts. He's got 140 strikeouts in 116 innings, and the whip is just minuscule, .879. That's a reliever's whip. That's not something that should be sustainable for a starter, but it makes sense because he doesn't walk anybody and he doesn't give up any hard contact. So that is why Tarik Skubal is having the season that he is having, and why he's going to cakewalk his way to the American League Cy Young Award. The only reason that he won't win that award is if he gets traded to the National League. And I've heard rumblings about the Dodgers, but I definitely think the Orioles have the most to offer in terms of prospect capital. And if you look at this tweet right here, sorry about that, it's from Chris Rose Sports. The Orioles should seriously consider trading Jackson Holliday for a guy like Tarik Skubal that they can put at the front of the rotation for years to come. Now, it wouldn't be for years to come. It would be for the rest of this season and at least for next season. So they would have him for a year and a half. It's not that much of a guarantee that you get to hold on to Tarik Skubal because he's going to get paid in free agency, and he's probably going to get a lot of money from a lot of different teams. So it might be tough to keep him if you're the Baltimore Orioles. But for a year and a half, you have him. And for at least this season, you have him and Corbin Burns. And you have a bunch of young players like Gunnar Henderson, who's showing that he's one of the top 5 players in baseball. Adley Rutschman, who's a generational talent at the catcher position. You have Jordan Westberg, who is one of those young guys stepping up and showing his ability to play in the majors. You got Heston Kjerstad, who's coming back from an injury, who has been really good leading into the All-Star break. So you have all of these players. Anthony Santander, Ryan O'Hearn, Ryan Mountcastle. Like, you have all of these players at your disposal that, yeah, maybe Jackson Holliday is the top prospect in baseball, but right now he's not going to help you win a World Series. And I think this window is as open as it'll ever be for the Baltimore Orioles, because they're an amazing team and there are a lot of teams around Major League Baseball that are struggling. So yes, I would absolutely trade Jackson Holliday plus for Tarik Skubal. He puts you over the top. He definitely puts the Orioles over the top. It's not even a question in my mind. So I think this is something that they need to explore. And, I mean, how much fun would that be? And I know Jackson Holliday would be going the other way and helping out the Tigers rebuild or whatnot. And I think that's a win-win trade for both teams. You got to get rid of that Javi Baez contract if you're Detroit, and you get Jackson Holliday to be the shortstop of the future for your franchise. So it makes total sense. But yeah, his stats are amazing. He's the mid-season AL Cy Young pick according to pretty much every pundit around Major League Baseball. So I don't really know what more I need to sell the Baltimore Orioles on. This is their chance to win a World Series. It is so wide open. I know the Dodgers are a really good team, but they're dealing with some injuries right now to their rotation. And don't let the Dodgers get Tarik Skubal. If the Orioles get Skubal, they are the odds-on favorite, in my opinion, to win the World Series. There's no doubt in my mind that they are that good already. And if they add one of the best starters in the game, then look out. They're going to be dangerous come playoff time. But that'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Down. Thank you guys so much for making it this far. I really appreciate all the support. Give me your thoughts in the comments down below. What you think of the Baltimore Orioles potentially poaching Tarik Skubal away from Detroit. But that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out, and shout out to baseballtown.ca as well for being a huge supporter of this channel. Would not be possible without them. So thanks to baseballtown.ca, and check them out for anything that you need for the baseball or the softball season. They're great. They got everything that you need at competitive prices. So check them out today, baseballtown.ca. But until tomorrow, enjoy the baseball, folks.